We're back from break, and today's guest is Carol May, Vice President and Marketing Manager of City Mill Inc., founder of Red Box Jewelry, and co-founder of Simply Organized. So when you decided to explore and go to college, did you immediately go into business, or what was your major?
Well, when I went to college, again, there wasn't this emphasis for me to get into the family business, so I could really major in anything I wanted to. But also during the time, my dad would say, why don't you become a CPA? And then I'd drop all my courses and I'd take all these math courses, and then I would think, wait a minute, that's really not what I want to do. And then I'd drop everything. And then my dad would say, we need a human resources manager. I think you should take psychology. And then I'd do that and then I'd say, wait a minute, this is my life, this is not his life. So, being the obedient Chinese girl that I am, for a long time, I really was trying to do what my parents wanted me to do. And the thing that I kept coming back to was art history. I was an art history major, which most people would consider one of the most useless majors. But I always think, and everybody told me I would not get a job after college, and I thought, well, I will. I'm going to get a job in San Francisco, Boston, and Hawaii. And at the end of the year, I'm going to decide where I want to go, because eventually I'm going to have my own business, and it won't matter what kind of major that I was. And I did that. I ended up going to the First National Bank of Boston in Boston as a management trainee in commercial bank marketing, my first job out of college. But I found myself hanging out in the advertising department all the time. And I learned a lot of good skills there. And then I got married and moved to New York. And I was very intimidated to go to New York because it just seemed so overwhelming. But then when I decided, okay, we're going to go to New York, I'm going to get into a job that I truly want to be in. And it was going to be Madison Avenue advertising. So I got the book, What Color is Your Parachute? And I'm the only person I know who has done every single thing it says to do in that book. And I eventually landed myself a job as account manager in a very big ad agency on Procter & Gamble business. But along the way, we were really strapped, a newlywed couple with, rent and expenses. And I was sort of pounding the pavement the whole time. And during some of my spare time, I started doing batik and making Christmas ornaments. And at some point, we were so strapped for cash. I was reading all those articles, how to feed a family for $25 a week, that kind of thing. And I was getting so close to getting the advertising job. But, about 3 months had passed, and it was also the end of the recession of the 70s when Carter was was president. And I took all my Christmas ornaments and I made this display piece out of black velvet, and I put it in this case, and I started going up and down Fifth Avenue, and I went to all the big department stores, and I'd say, would you like to sell these for, as Christmas ornaments? And in the process, I got an offer to sell my Christmas ornaments in the Lord & Taylor catalog for the following year, but they wanted 1,000 ornaments. And I just didn't know how to do that, because it took me probably about 10 hours per ornament that I had made. And then I got a job as a trimetry manager, which is, the holiday department manager in one of the stores. And then I also got a job as assistant buyer in one of the stores. But I really was holding out for that advertising job. And in retrospect, knowing what I'm doing today, getting a job in retailing would have been a great idea. But I didn't know that then. I mean, I really did not think that I would be at City Mill. So that's how I got into advertising.
Thanks, Carol. We'll talk more about that after the break. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.